Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. Look what we have here today. Did you ever hear the term hot rod? Well, there we go. It's a 1932 Ford Special Construction, that's on the title by the way, Roadster. It's a beautiful car. The blue is beautiful. It's not a perfect ride. It's not in perfect condition as far as the paint's concerned, but I mean, boys, it's still show ready. It just has a couple scratches on it. Let me point out to you the only metal parts of this car. This is metal. This frame here on both sides is metal, and this front window here is metal. The front glass, this frame right here. This is not metal. None of this is metal. No. This is not metal either, the nose. And none of the rest of it's metal. All fiberglass, very nicely done. Great big block in it. Go to celebritycars.com to learn all about these things, okay? I'm your condition report guy. I'm the guy that goes over all the imperfections and lets you know what you're gonna get, just in case maybe you live on the other side of the country. You've always wanted one of these. Maybe you got a gift for a hot rod for somebody, and they've always wanted a blue 32. And you know, we know all steel blue 32s are, you know, quite a bit of money today. And then when you put a great big motor in it, well, boy, you get even more money. How about that? But hey, look, from you know, from 5 feet, almost this whole thing looks like a brand new car. But you get a little closer, you can find a couple small cracks, a couple small abrasions in the fiberglass, but none that makes you go, oh, I got to paint the whole car, I got to do this. No, this has been enjoyed and driven. It runs, it drives, it's crazy fast, obviously, and you know, it's really nice underneath too. When we spin it around and I get a little brighter light from the inside of the showroom here, we'll crawl underneath the butt end of it and look up underneath. It's really in fabulous shape. Okay, so now you know what I've got going on. Again, I'm not going to get into detail about what kind of belt was used and the heads and excuse me, the blower and even the engine size. You're going to find all that stuff at celebritycars.com in the description about this vehicle. Okay, let's get down into the gritty here. Come on over, Quincy. Everybody say hello to Quincy on the camera. Okay, we're gonna do as much as we can here today with just letting you see, because you know, I'm not an old school hot rod guy. I've seen plenty of these before. I don't know how to call out certain things if they're extra special or not, so I don't want you to miss anything. So obviously this is all very clean. You can see real well. All the cables are in real nice shape. This looks like very well kept. I do know that it was driven to car shows a lot of Saturday mornings. This thing has been up and going, and it's been serviced, and it's ready to rock. There you have it. So thank you, Quincy, for, you know, just kind of getting every nook and cranny down here. See where these joints are. That's just, you know, dirt down there, folks. You know, a little bit of, you know, patina going on, just because, you know, this car's been around for a little while. I don't think it was built yesterday. You can kind of sort of see down and underneath the cleanliness down there with the shocks and all that kind of stuff, but it's a little hard to see on film. Come on up here, let's look at some of these joints too. I want to point out some of these locations where, you know, this window's doing its thing, the steel window, which is very cool. You know, I'm gonna let Quincy just kind of hover around. When I put my finger in the viewfinder, it kind of screws things up with, I want you people to be able to see this. So my right finger, there's a scratch, you know, where the window goes down. There's some scratches up here. I just want you to see what you're kind of dealing with. The blue paint, although, you know, it might need an extra detail to get some of the clear coat abrasions out. What does that mean? That means the blue is fine just about everywhere. I'll point out where it's not. But on top of that, you know, the clear coat that they spray on top of this blue, you know, you got your microfiber towels, all that kind of stuff. You get minor abrasions in the clear coat. This car is, you know, quite frankly littered in that, but that just, you know, requires a good expensive detail is all. Okay, let's look at the top here, like right around the edges, and I'll work my way around the sides. But I just want to point out, you know, some of the worst spots You know, you got, you know, a mark here getting out of the car, a couple here, a couple here. You see how this is kind of sort of crudted up. You see some touch-up paint put here. Now look, let's back up just a second. I say this to just about every car, and I'm going to say this one big time specifically. Doing these kinds of videos is something that pretty much no one else on the internet does. It's very time consuming, and quite frankly, it's a pain in the ass, okay? So I'm doing this for you. If you're really interested in this vehicle, I'm sorry it's kind of tedious, I might babble a little bit, it's just the way it goes, but you need to pay attention if you're really interested in this car. I will do my very best to find out all the blemishes so you know what you're purchasing, just in case you're not going to see it. Let's stay up here in this location, and all of it looks really nice. You get here to where the gas tank is, you got a couple more chips. That's a pretty good one right there. I don't know how you open this, there you go. There's your gas tank in there, but there's a pretty good chip right there. You see a little touch-up paint here and here on the top of the trunk. And I see, on occasion, I see those little clear coat things that I was talking about, which a professional detail will get out. How can I tell this hasn't been professionally detailed? I can feel in the paint it's a little rough. So you need clay bar, you need a good guy with one of these wheels that really knows what he's doing, and then probably a hand wax afterwards to get all those swirls out as well. So it's not cheap to get a car really well detailed these days. Now, there's a couple minor, super minor blemishes on this trunk lid, but I'm not going to get fully into it because, you know, there's other things to talk about, but overall, it's really good. Okay, down here where this trunk meets, there's a bunch of abrasions along this crack down here. There's one there. I don't know where that came from. It is what it is. Some touch-up paint, some things like that could probably rectify the situation pretty good. I'm being picky, but this is one of those cars that you kind of sort of need to be picky about. Okay, there's a small little chip right there, a small little one right there. I'm going to spin the car around so we can see things a little bit better back here. I shouldn't have come down here pretty much in the shade. But it's all one piece, folks. It's all on here real good. Nothing's loose. Nothing's getting ready to fall off. The exhaust tip's coming out of the back here real cool. This looks really good from the back. And once again, when we spin it around, I'll show you underneath when we have a little better light. Okay, let's go back up here. You see a couple scratches along here where the trunk opens and closes. And then we'll come around the bend here. I have another, you know, kind of sort of crack, you know, whatever you want to call it, scratch in the fiberglass here. And then here you have another location where this kind of got beat up here as well. You work your way down the top of the door. This all looks wonderful. Again, every once in a while, I'll see those little clear coat things. I'll bring that up quite a bit, only because I'm just telling you where they are and where they aren't. Look up here. This joint's very similar to the other side. Okay. Once again, I told you earlier, we're over on the driver's side now, so this is this metal part and the other metal part, and the window, once again, are the only, you know, metal body parts that we have going on here. But all this looks great over here on this engine side. Firewall looks great. There's a VIN number back there, a special construction body number over back there. Okay, and the motor looks great. I mean, everything in the motor department looks great. The firewall looks great. All those things that you're looking at right now. Now let's check out the nose here. This nose, this is fiberglass as well. It looks good. I do see those clear coat things. We just need to get some polish out and make those go away once again. The headlights look really good. This bar holding them both together, all nice and shiny black. It's in good shape. This chrome down here, the support system looks terrific down here. You know, hair patina in the grooves. You look in here, you see a little bit of, you know, just some surface rust, patina, whatever going on here. Same thing as the other side. This grill looks fabulous. There's one small chip right in the middle of the grill. It's right there. All the rest of this finish though. Okay, a couple little scratches here. This is just road wear, but they're very light, but all the rest of this all up top here. All this looks great. Now, let's start to work down the sides, but we'll stay right here with the front fenders, okay? All of this is in really nice shape. I don't feel any chips along here. It's nice and blue. Same thing as over here. And the fenders really look nice. This is beautiful blue along here. This is all really nice stuff. All the way down into the cavities is really nice. Over here, same thing. I see a little itty bitty, you know, blip. I'm not really sure if that got in there while I was being painted or that had some touch-up paint. But as far as I'm concerned, on the two fenders, this is like the only like standout, very, very small. Look how small that is. I'm being picky, but again, this is where we are. Let's work our way down the passenger side since we're over here. I'm gonna look down these sides. All this is good. All this is on here real good. Nothing's loose. We have some dust laying here now. At this point, all this is just dust. No one's, you know, made the mistake of standing on this while they get out. So it's all in pretty nice shape. So far, that's the only little white, that little white sucker right there is the only chip that I see on this sill panel getting in and out of the car. And this is all just dust down here. Let's stay here for a moment, and you can see some minor abrasions of getting in and out of the car. A lot of touch-up paint has been put on this here. It's not, you know, terrible, but, you know, it's happened. You see some body stuff here and a small one there. Other than that, all the rest of this main surface stuff looks really good. The door looks really good. The pinstripes look really good. All down this blue section here, this all looks terrific. And this is where you get a little bit of road wear from just driving it down the road. Super small chips, 1, 2, 3. They're the only ones that I can see without really getting my face down there and studying it. Maybe another one right there. They're very minor, folks. Very, very minor. All normal. That's normal stuff. Driving it down the road, you're going to have to, you know, you got to deal with the elements. And this whole thing looks great, and this all looks terrific as well. Okay. Up here you have a couple mild scratches, just the clear coat stuff that we were talking about earlier. We've already talked about the trunk. Let's go skip on over here and work our way up the passenger side. The same way. All of this looks fabulous. Pinstripes look good. They're all clear. We've already talked about up there. Same thing down here with this fender. All the rest of this really looks really nice. And you know, you just have a couple of these little things from stuff flying up from the road. That's all. Okay, and over here on this side, real small mark there. We addressed on the driver's side that there were a bunch of chips that were, there's only a couple really minor ones over here. They're a little more abundant on the driver's side, obviously, because getting in and out of the car, the driver's not always a passenger, but very, very mild. And the touch-up paint that was put on here was done very, very well. I know you see little white things. It's just dust. Welcome to Las Vegas. It's just what happens. Opening and closing the door, I've got a little small mark right here. The rest of it's good. See how this all lines up, folks? It all lines up. The body panels on this car really line up nice. Everywhere they line up nice. You know, is there, you know, a little, you know, patina going on in some of the locations? Sure, but everything really lines up really nice. This is not a crappy job. This whole passenger side front fender here looks terrific. I just see some more dust. All of this is beautiful here. All right, and in there as well. Okay. All right, we've studied the motor already. You've gotten a good look at that. Now, we do know that not too long ago, this very nice custom interior was put in here. Now, obviously, when this car was built moons ago, whenever that might have been, originally constructed, you know, there was a different interior in here. Our customer really stepped it up and put in some really nice leather, some blue stitching to match the blue paint, the blue seat belts, nice touch. The inside of the door panels, all this stuff is really nice. Let me open up this door. You know, it's hard. See, here we go again. You know, I'm trying to help you guys out. All of this door panel is on really good. This is very secure. Every time I see one of these cars, sometimes, you know, everything's getting ready to fall off. Everything, even these straps can be really crappy, and doors fly open and they crack and do things that they're not supposed to do. All the extra stuff, it seems to have been taken on this reconstructed car here, and well, not reconstructed, special construction car. Could you come on over here, Quincy, real quick? I'm sorry. Now the door is good, okay. But over here, this back panel starting to separate just a little bit. I don't know if that was glue. I don't know what holds that on. It seems to me like this would be a pretty easy fix. Just don't know how to do it. I'm just pointing it out to you. Okay, the seats, in general, all the surfaces are pretty much brand new. The leather feels incredible, watch that. I mean, it's very, very soft. This is all very, very soft leather. It's not real thick stuff that it might look like on film. The carpet's in beautiful shape. Looks like we've got, you can program the tuning all by your lonesome here, it seems. The gauges, wow, look at the gauges all the way across. Obviously, you know, some special gauges put into this thing. You can do all the readouts and check out what the heck's going on with this thing once you fire it up. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go over to the driver's side. Gonna grab this panel here. Yep, all real nice. Over here, this is just a little loose over here. I do see some remnants of some glue, and this might just need to be addressed a little better. But it seems to be a pretty simple fix on how you build these cars. I mean, that's just me. I could be wrong, but give us a call if you have any questions about any of this stuff, and we'll definitely assist you in, you know, making it better. Okay, hopping in the car. Everything looks good in here. These gauges, once we fire this sucker up, we're gonna know what works and what doesn't. So we have a blower gauge, we have RPM over here, we've got a clock, we've got the voltage, we have fuel, oil, water, and over here is your mileage counter. And the current mileage stated on this odometer says 700, right on the nose. So it's, the odometer shows 700 miles. All right, well, we've pretty much conquered everything. I'm not sure if that rear trunk opens or not. I don't know how to open it. Might just have to be something that will, oh, look at this. It's already ready for me. All right, so we've got a little dirt in here I wish was cleaned up first, but the continued body panels, side things that you found in the interior are back here as well. Looks like a couple additional parts. I presume your battery's probably in there. Yep, that looks like a leather box to contain the battery, and that's in good shape because I wanted to know where the battery was. Down here looks like a couple places to put some fluids. And I presume this is to hold the trunk up. Yep. In this box I see some, looks like some coil springs and so on and so forth. But again, you can find all this stuff what comes along with the car at celebritycars.com. Okay, well, I think that's about as far as we can go, except it's time to go for a ride. So we're gonna close this thing up. We're gonna move some cars out of the way. We're gonna get it outside, and we're gonna drive around the block and see what this car's made of. We'll be right back. 32 Ford, folks. Let's go for the ride. It's already cranking. It drives, it brakes. It seems like all the gauges work good. except for the fuel gauge, because it says we're going to run out of gas in seconds. So this is not a speed bump vehicle. So we're not going to go over any speed bumps today. So I'm just going to kind of sort of turn it around and head back to the showroom. Just simply wanted to let you know that this thing runs and drives. There you go, folks. A little bit of proof that this hot rod's got it. Turning radius is nice. I don't feel any extra bangs or bumps or anything. Give us a call if you got any more questions about this ride. I suggest you get on a plane and you come give it a drive yourself and check it out yourself. This is one of those very special automobiles that an acquired taste, if you will. 702-818-1031. We'll see you next time.